Welcome back to the 5 Napkin Burger Beer and Bourbon blog featuring us, the Happy Hour guys, and let's talk Woodford Reserve Distiller Select Bourbon.
First of all, isn't this one of the prettiest bottles you've ever seen in your life? And there's a really, really pretty spirit inside here. This is Woodford Reserve, one of the most popular premium bourbons in the United States, made in, not Versailles, but Versailles, Kentucky. And what a pretty place to make a bourbon.
Woodford Reserve is one of the most beautiful distilleries you could imagine. And we were lucky enough to visit there and spend some time with Chris Morris, the master distiller. And it's a destination. And for tens of thousands of people a year, they make bev touring part of their family vacation. Leave the kids in the car, get in the distillery, try some bourbon.
Now, Woodford Reserve is made just a little bit differently. You might have noticed when we showed the distilling floor that these stills at Woodford Reserve are pot stills. Pot stills are traditionally used more for Scotch than for bourbon. Also, the aging house where the barrels are stored while they age is a little different as well. It's made of stone instead of wood. Some people say this affects the taste of the bourbon because as it's aging, it heats and cools much more slowly. And this bourbon comes across the palate with notes of toffee, fruity rye, and of course, vanilla. So where am I headed with this little number at 5 Napkin Burger? You know, that spice of the rye and the sweetness with vanilla and a little toffee, I'm thinking the lamb kofta burger. Mark?
Well, I'm going to pair Woodford Reserve with the ahi tuna burger. I think the spicy sweetness of Woodford is going to dance perfectly with the spice of the ginger and the scallions and the wasabi mayo. We should point out that Woodford is a great bourbon to experiment with food pairings. In fact, they've included a cafe in their tasting room. They believe so strongly in the pairings of bourbon and food.
So remember folks, Woodford Reserve is no slouch when you've decided to play with your bourbon and your food, which you can do at 5 Napkin Burger. We'll see you next time. Cheers.
50% gone. Here we are.